Thanks for joining us, Annabell.
Yeah,
Week
of
two in
course.
South Africa. How's it been so far?
hmm Yeah, it's been good. Didn't play my best last week, but excited to play here again. I love this course, so it should be good.
Yeah, second time in South Africa. You were there last year, right?
Yeah, I love it here. So good.
How you finding it? I saw you were in the gym, as you always are yesterday, but have you done anything else yet outside the course?
Yeah, I went to the gym again. Um,
Always
we
to the
went
gym
out for like a
with.
couple like no, I haven't done anything like fun. I've just went out to restaurants, went to the gym. My parents are here. They went out and done fun stuff, but not me.
Yeah, but you were obviously telling me this morning, we'll get straight onto Hyrox because I think it's very cool that you're going to be competing in London. So for
Hopefully,
those
yeah,
who don't know,
hopefully.
yeah, you competed in Brisbane with Pauline. But yeah, tell me about London. What's the plan? Singles or doubles?
So I was looking at them trying to get the tickets for ages, and I think I've just got my friend to get me one, so potentially I'm pretty sure I'm doing it. So I'm super excited about that because it's right before my birthday as well. So I'm giving it as it's like a birthday treat, which might be bizarre to people, but for me that's my birthday treat. So I'm super excited to do that. Obviously, I'm sad to not do it with Pauline because I do like the doubles more. Um, but I'm gonna try one by myself.
Yeah. So just give us a bit of background context because I know CrossFit is your main sport or
hmm
form of exercise, but out in Australia,
Yeah.
you teamed up with Pauline to do Hyrox. So just explain like a little bit how that came about and what Hyrox is.
Yeah, so basically it's more of a running race. I mean, it's got every element that CrossFit has in it, like all the movements you can find in a CrossFit workout as well. But it's just got a lot more running than you'd find in CrossFit, which I mean isn't my strong suit. So it's definitely slightly out of my comfort zone. So it's 8 kilometers of running, and between every kilometer is a different exercise that you do.
Yeah. And how did it go? Tell us about the race with Pauline. Pauline, who's a LET winner, of course. So I know she's the runner and you're more the lifter, right?
Yes, exactly. So we were going to pace off me the whole time. That was our plan. Because obviously she'd outrun me otherwise. But she ended up being slightly under the weather on that day. So luckily for me, she was keeping up. Like I was kind of pushing her along a little bit. But we had the absolute best time. Like there was music going on. There's a load of people watching. In the middle, they're all standing there cheering you on, and like the vibe and the atmosphere in there was just like so cool. And obviously we just laughed and had so much fun the whole time together. So we definitely look to do another one together.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how actually many people compete like in one race. It's
Mhm.
like thousands, right?
Well, it's insane. The tickets get sold out so quickly.
Yeah. I literally I don't even think I'd heard of Hyrox before like last year, and
hmm
now it seems to
Yeah,
be
it's
like
just grown.
this thing like for fitness fanatics like yourself.
hmm
It seems to be the in the thing, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I went to try and we wanted to do the one in Cardiff together in the doubles, and we both went on there trying to get the tickets, and neither of us managed to get a ticket.
Wow.
So it's
But
kind of crazy.
London looks good, so that'll be. I mean, that's got to be one of the biggest ones,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and I mean it's right close to where I grew up, so that'd be kind of nice. A little bit further away from where I live now, but I know the area well, and it's cool to do it close to home.
Yeah, I bet. And last one from me on it then before we talk some golf, the boring stuff. Uh, no, but so CrossFit, as I said, is kind of your thing, right? Just
Yes.
tell us a bit about how much you train, how you juggle that with playing on tour, and like, I guess if it's like how you find it's beneficial to your game overall.
hmm I mean, there's loads of different aspects of it that I find helpful. Obviously, the powerlifting and the weightlifting aspect of it is just really good for strength and stability and stuff. I've noticed definitely like my balance, my core strength, and most importantly, my swing speed have picked up a lot and improved a lot over the last like 3 years of me doing CrossFit. And then I think also just like mentally, like that's the biggest one. Like to push yourself through some of the workouts that we do, especially when they're like the really tedious ones with super high reps, kind of the mentality to get through it and get through it and push yourself. It makes a golf round feel a lot easier. And then also kind of I'm able when I go and work out, because it's so like high intensity and you're always concentrating on doing so many things, it really helps me switch off from the golf course because you can't think of anything else. So you have to really concentrate on kind of what you're doing, working out and everything like that. So like it gives me like another hobby and something to completely take my mind off golf. And then also the community in CrossFit. Like when you go to a commercial gym, you kind of go in, you don't really say anything to anyone. But with CrossFit gyms, you go in, everyone does a class together, everyone has fun together, and you just kind of have a laugh as well.
Yeah. And even on tour, I see you've been doing it with not just Pauline, but quite a lot of your fellow tour mates, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to get people to do workouts with me. I did one yesterday with Fernanda, and she was so much fun to do it with as well. And like everyone kind of is so up for it. And when they start doing it, I think they quickly pick up that it's lots of fun and then they want to do it again.
Yeah, nice. Maybe I'll give it a go one day. I know you were trying to convince me in
Yes.
Australia, but I'll just stick to the running for now.
And moving on to the golf part of the chat.
hmm
So obviously this is your second season on tour. Just kind of obviously great start to the year, as we spoke about earlier in the year. So just talk us through that, and what were those first two events like for you, having those two top 10?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, my goal at the first event was try and get top 10 because I really wanted to get in that event in Saudi after having the invite last year and playing quite well when I played in Riyadh in November. I knew that I liked the course out in Saudi. And so I thought, okay, start off strong, good first week, get top 10, and then a really good opportunity to do well in Saudi. So obviously played really decent in Morocco, was hitting the ball really nicely. Wasn't like on top of my game, but everything was super consistent and steady. Didn't make very many mistakes. Felt good there. Then obviously when I went to Saudi, I honestly just went there and like had fun. Is my new caddy. Started with him in Morocco, and him and I get along like really well. So we just kind of had a lot of fun in Saudi chatting, and then I just kind of kept the good golf going from the week before. And then before I knew it, I was playing in the last green on the final day. So that was pretty cool.
I was gonna say, every time I spoke to you, you were having a good week, you were having fun with friends, you were playing with
hmm
Lynn, who's obviously also a good friend. So I feel like you just
Yes.
kept, you were kind of comfortable in the situation that you were in because of that. Did that help a lot?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, also with Lynn being like as good of a golfer she is, like I was playing with her, I was playing well, and then I was also learning from her at the same time. So it was nice to kind of have that like almost like comparison and kind of improve my game while I'm mid-tournament, which you don't get too often.
And were you able to do that on the final day as well? Obviously, being in the group with Gino and seeing what she was
Mhm.
doing, and the way you managed to turn around your final round as well from the front nine, which, as we discussed, the weather in Saudi wasn't brilliant, so it was just very tricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, were you able to do that as well? Watching, a former world number one so up close.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, to kind of see like she didn't hit every shot perfect. It didn't need to be, she wasn't always on the fairway, she wasn't always on the green, but whenever she missed, it was never more than like at most costing her one shot. And if so, like she usually scrambled and made par anyway. And then whenever she was in position to kind of make a birdie, she did. And she always kind of, um, whenever she was in any kind of like like misplacement on the golf course, you could tell that she just felt comfortable and she wasn't worried, and she just hit the next shot, got it on the green, and hold the putt, and it still felt like she could birdie every hole.
And in terms of it being your second year on tour, kind of what did you learn from last year? What were the key things that in your rookie season you were able to take into this year?
I think quite a lot actually. Like obviously playing the golf courses and learning from the golf courses, I've learned that kind of the shorter courses which have more dog legs aren't really for me. I'm much better like bit longer courses are a bit more open. So I think that kind of helps with because a lot of people said to me last year, oh, don't play all the events, like you can't play them all in a row. But it's so hard knowing, like, I haven't been to any of the courses, knowing which one shouldn't I go to, or which one I really liked, or definitely don't want to miss out on certain events. And I think going into this year, like, I have a better idea, firstly, of what events I definitely want to play. Maybe potentially the ones that I should take a break from and not play however many weeks in a row. But then also just like the comfortability aspect of when I go to an event, I kind of know what I'm doing. I know what kind of routine I like. And like, it's nice I arrive there, like, I meet Neil at the course. I'll do my practice round, get my work done, and then I can go home and chill. Whereas like last year, I always felt like a bit like on edge, like, oh, I don't want to do anything wrong. Like, oh, am I good to leave now? Like, not knowing, oh, where is everything at the golf course? And I think now, like, I just feel like, okay, this is my life. Like, it's pretty cool. Like, I go to the gym, I go to the golf course, and then I have some friends who I can go out for dinner with, and it's just like pretty cool life.
I was going to say, in terms of that aspect, and obviously you mentioned CrossFit and the gym and everything earlier, but I feel like we've seen you balancing that more this year because you've realized what you can do on the course, but also the fact you like to have fun, and gym
Mhm.
doing that is
Yeah.
part of your fun. I feel like you're really showcasing that you can balance it this year.
Yeah, I think so. And I think like accepting that maybe what I enjoy doing isn't what everyone thinks is fun, but I know everyone's different. And I think like sometimes, yes, I don't want to go to the gym and I feel tired, but I always know I feel much better once I'm there and I'm doing it. And I think kind of a lot of people like to go out and do stuff and go sightseeing, which I did last year, which was fun. But I think now I know like I have certain hobbies that I enjoy doing. Like I love trying different food. I love going to different gyms. And for me, that's like my fun. So kind of knowing like that aspect of it, and like this year I think knowing that doesn't matter how my golf is, I still want to enjoy my life as well.
Yeah, and having made a strong start to the season, definitely having that
Mhm.
comfort from Riyadh. But does it at all change your mindset now? I mean, we chat a lot about goals, but and I know you like to set goals definitely in terms of the fitness world, but is that the same in your golf game now, especially having made that big start? Like, what do you want to achieve this year?
I mean, I'd love to get in and play another major again this year. So obviously I've got my eye on kind of maybe trying to stay high up on the order of merit or qualifying for the British Open again. That would be really cool. And then obviously I think I get into a couple more events like Scottish Open, and hopefully some of the events in Asia again towards the end of the year. It's just kind of like stay and finish as high as I can on the order of merit is definitely kind of one of my top goals.
Yeah, no, fair. And you just mentioned that Women's Open. Then that actually wasn't on my list of notes, but we got to talk about that. So you played at St Andrews, the old course. We were
Hmm.
there. It was like such a cool week.
Yes.
Like, had you played the old course before that week? Presume you did as an
No, I
amateur.
hadn't.
Oh, you hadn't. Wow. Okay.
Oh, no, I had. Sorry.
Okay.
I've only played one nine of it,
One nine.
so it was cool
Okay.
to see all of it. But I
Yeah. So
played the wee
how?
wonders there growing up.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But
Hmm.
how was it? Because we saw you. I think we filmed with you on the 18th. Such an iconic hole, and just that whole
Hmm.
week, like the whole kind of aura of the place is special. But how did you find it? I guess teeing up in a major there, like it must have been incredible. But how did you find it? How were the feelings?
Yeah, I mean, I was completely in awe the whole week, like the whole setup of the tournament and kind of just being there and knowing like all the other golfers, like who are like my idols have played there, and just be at such a big event, like I was kind of like starstruck a little bit because I played the Open at Carnoustie, but I think when I played it then I was an amateur and I was kind of like, oh, this is pretty cool, but then playing it as like, oh, like I'm one of the pros playing it, like it was kind of just a different feeling because it felt like a slightly different mentality as well because it was like, okay, I'm here now for my job, not just to like be at a cool golf tournament.
Yeah. With that, are you someone that would go and like wanting to meet one of your idols, or you kind of stay cool
Oh
in
no,
that sense?
I'm way too scared to go up and say
Yeah.
anything. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, Annabelle, be brave, go say something. And then I walk past, I'm like,
Who's like your hero then? If you were brave enough, like who? I guess who did you watch going up, and who in that situation would you love to meet or play with?
if I don't say Tiger Woods, I'd be lying. Like I remember like thinking he was just the coolest person ever. And I mean, alongside he did a load of fitness as well, so I think that always kind of inspired me. But like the Tiger Red and the Sunday, I just thought he was just so cool. Like he was what golf in my head was I always imagined.
Yeah. What age was that? When did you start kind of playing golf?
I started when I was really young, and I think I remember I did my first like flag tournament when I was 5 at Duke's Meadows. And I think around then, like we started watching golf, and that was kind of the stage, or when I was younger, that was when Tiger was winning everything. So he
Yeah.
was just the headline of golf.
Yeah, absolutely. And then quite the amateur career after that. But I guess back to St Andrews then and the women's game. Is there anyone in the women's game that's like I guess you idolized or that you saw at St Andrews that you were really starstruck by?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously Lydia Ko, I watched her come in and finish her round, like her pitching and stuff is just unbelievable. Like I hadn't seen anything like that before. She just like as soon as she had a wedge in her hand, I knew it was going to be inside 10 foot. And I think I've watched her for like a couple years as well, like especially in high school. And I always kind of thought she just had something really special.
Yeah. Did you hang around to see her win on the Sunday?
Hmm.
Yeah, it was insane,
Yeah,
wasn't it? So cool. Especially after she won at the Olympics and then to go and do that 2 weeks after, it was like
yeah, it was pretty
yeah,
special.
pretty special.
Definitely on form.
Yeah, but we've got to chat Augusta. It's pretty topical right now. So I was this
Hmm.
morning digging out all the old pictures of LET players playing at the Augusta Women's National Amateur, and you were there, of
Hmm.
course, which is very cool.
Yes.
So it being Masters Week, I mean, just tell us about that experience getting to tee up at the place we all want to tee up at. So how was that
Yeah.
experience?
I mean, it's every golfer's dream.
Yeah,
Every single blade of grass is perfect. And honestly, like I'd watched it for years on TV, but no TV footage has done that course justice. Like the hills and the slopes on the greens, and even like the first tee shot is straight uphill, and like you'd have no idea all the fairways are sloped. And on the like when I watched it on TV, I didn't think that there was that much kind of side slopes and big slopes on the greens. I just thought that the greens were super quick. But when I played there, I was just completely like starstruck the whole time. I thought like everything about it was just so cool. And then especially like from like 11, 12, 13, like those holes you watch so many times on TV, and then to be there and actually play and realize, oh shit, this is actually really hard. Um, Definitely when I watch the Masters now, like I feel like I'm a bit more there and I can understand their shots and like I imagine like playing them as well.
yeah. What was your favorite hole?
Um, I do really like 13.
Yeah,
But honestly, like all of them they're all got like different things in different ways that are so cool. Like I think, what is it? The par three, the second par three on the back nine. What hole is that?
or 12.
Oh no, on the front nine. Sorry, it's the one straight down the hill.
Yeah,
That one on TV, I thought it was like pretty flat, but it's like a 20-yard drop of elevation, and that green is impossible. Like I remember like one of the girls like putted it off the green and we were like, "Oh my God, like what is this?" It's like the craziest sloping green, but it's just when they play it on TV, you kind of watch it and it's just they hit on the green, maybe hold the par two putt and they walk off. And I went and played there and I'm like, "Please make par."
yeah. And is 18 as narrow as it looks? Like, I feel like it's always
Oh,
deceiving that.
even
Really?
narrower. Yeah,
No.
like I remember I stood in the tee box and I said, like, where am I meant to hit my driver?
Yeah.
Um, it definitely is.
Because they always show that picture from behind, and I'm like, there's no way
Hmm.
you actually nap that road. But
Yeah, I mean,
that's,
when you go up there, it obviously opens up, but the
yeah,
trees
but
make
from
it
back
are
there.
so deceiving. Hmm.
Wow. And what's like the whole just environment like? You get to go to like the clubhouse, or like how do they, I guess, outside of the golf, what's the whole experience like there?
So we get to go on one of the nights before the tournament starts. We have like a chairman's dinner as well. So we go there and I mean, I did it for 3 years, and each year we had the exact same like menu, but the food there is unbelievable. And like even the lunches there and the buffet food there is just like one of the best kind of places kind of to eat. But it was like really special to know that that's where all the guys go to eat, and then the inside of the clubhouse as well. We went into the locker rooms and kind of saw all the different like memoirs from all the years and kind of Tiger Woods' locker, and it's just so cool.
Yeah, and I guess as a golf nut, it sounds like you're a golf nut growing up. That's even more special, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know,
Especially, I
like,
think I watched, there's one documentary kind of where they showed the upstairs bit where all the amateurs stay. So we got to go up there and see, and it's definitely not what I had envisioned for them to kind of stay. It's like literally like a tiny little room with these 4 tiny beds and a bathroom. But I mean, it must be so awesome to stay there when you're playing it that week. Like it is so cool. Like the
yeah,
whole clubhouse and even the front, like the photos you see make it look unreal, and it's even better. Like that drive
I was
kind of
gonna say
into the
you get to do the drive
clubhouse.
up Magnolia Lane. Like that's actually,
Yeah,
oh, that's pretty
so
cool.
cool. Hmm.
And I guess having done it 3 times never gets old, right?
No, it never gets old.
Yeah, that is. I'm very jealous. I said I had fun this morning looking through all the pictures of our players, and I was like, that
Hmm.
is very cool. They do that event, and that our players get to obviously experience the magic of Augusta before turning pro. So
Yeah, it's pretty awesome they do that.
I'm jealous now. And Nicola wanted to ask you about the Ping Junior Solheim Cup at the LET.
In
That's
Glen
one of our favourite
Eagles.
competitions. I got to cover it last year,
Yes.
but having a look at when you played, so Nicola, reel off some of the names that Annabell played
That
because it's literally a
team,
full LET team that you played with.
yeah, is nuts. The team literally included Pia Babnick, yourself, Lily Mae Humphreys, Amelie Lethnissen, who just won on Letas, Lucy Malcherond, who's also won on the LET, Alessia Nobilio, who's obviously a LET rookie, Mimi, who's doing great things right now, and a few others. But yeah, that's an absolutely
And the
star
USA
lineup.
team
Has
the
Alexa
USA team was
Cano.
pretty strong as well.
Yeah, like I was just looking back at it, and I was like, oh my goodness. So yeah, just talk us through that experience. I know you weren't on the same course that they played the main Solheim Cup on, but you played on one of the other courses. Just what was it like being there?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty special, like the whole atmosphere of it as well. That's like I played Junior Ryder Cup as well, and it was just the kind of the whole team experience and being there alongside knowing that like there's pros in the other bit. It was just so cool. Like the setup, and then kind of even like I guess all the little things you get with it, like the clothes, the little events we do, kind of all the ceremonies we have to go to. Like it's just, I think looking back now as well, I can really appreciate how much golf has given me. And obviously, hopefully, I have a lot more things to happen in the future, but kind of I've been so fortunate in my amateur career and like to get those kind of experiences, to meet all those girls and like become friends with them, because you do kind of bond with them over those weeks. And I think just kind of to learn from, we watched on the last day the Europe win, so that was really cool as well. And then I think I even watched like, I remember that's when I first watched Anne Van Dam, and then to like play with her now, it's like really cool.
As I say, it's such a great development kind of stepping stone. Obviously, that transition from amateur into pro, being able to see everything up close, and also Glen Eagles, great venue. So yeah, well, had you ever been there before that tournament?
No, I hadn't. So I think that was really cool because that place is amazing. I mean, luckily I went this summer and I played all full courses as well. And I think kind of the
That's
memories of it, that was really cool as well. Like to go stay in the hotel there. Um, like that place is just, it's such an amazing venue, and the courses, I think all of them are really cleverly designed. And it just like it's a cool spot as well.
and then, as you say, to all the names on that team, and as you say, the American team as well, Lucy Lee, Rosang, Alex Pano, just names all over the place. What's it like to kind of see the journey that you're all having, and you're all kind of pro now, most of you, some are last years of college. So, what's that like, seeing everyone winning on tours across the globe then?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of shows that like the stepping stone is massive as well, but to have those little experiences, I think it kind of goes like both ways almost. That like we're lucky to have those experiences because when you do turn pro, you're pretty much, unless you get the opportunity to play the actual Solheim, you're kind of by yourself. Like you don't have many of these team events. But I think to kind of have that, learn from the other girls, kind of know that, because it is also kind of when you're in school, you might probably be the only golfer. But to know when you go to those tournaments and you're in, you know, secondary school or university, that there are other girls doing the same thing, working for the same goal as you, it's kind of nice to have that kind of that friendship group of people who have like-minded goals.
Yeah, for sure. And a player who has come on tour this year, who I know you're really good friends with, Darcy Harry, obviously
Yes.
got her card last year. What's that been like, having her for the first few
Oh, it's
events of
been
the season?
so much fun. Obviously we stayed together in Morocco for the first event, and like her and I just have a laugh together, and it's so easy as well when we stay together, and we kind of, it's just so comfortable around each other. And then also going to Australia, like I felt like although I was on the other side of the world, I was with my best friend the whole time, so it kind of felt a little bit easier and more homey even though we're miles away. But she also
Yeah,
played really well, so that obviously is nice that we can kind of push each other and play well together.
and you were
Was
paired together, right? And
round three
Australia.
or something? Yeah.
trying to think which round.
Yeah,
Wollongong, final round Wollongong, or the second final
hmm
round one.
yeah,
How's
yeah.
that?
So that was really
Prefer
fun as
playing
well.
common, or
Yeah, I mean, we chatted the whole round. Like, I honestly don't think if anyone was following the round, you would have thought that like we probably weren't playing golf.
yeah, well, I think Tristan's pictures from you that day, it was just you guys basically hanging out.
Yeah,
So I could
yeah,
tell
pretty
that.
much. I mean, to be honest, like Neil and I were saying, like we're surprised we both didn't shoot six under because we were just so like such in a good mood the whole day.
Yeah, so relaxed. And your just in general, your time in Australia. I've just got back. Feels like it was ages ago now, but it was only a few weeks ago.
Hmm.
Um, how was your whole experience there? Because we obviously had the first cancelled event, and then I think you went down to Sydney, right, with a few players.
Hmm.
Then we're
Yeah.
back playing again without any practice days, and then we get the final event. So it was a very much a roller coaster trip, ending on a high, which was nice. But how did you just find the whole month?
I mean, I definitely struggled, I think, the first couple weeks because I had this plan in my head, and obviously, like, I was able to adapt to it and kind of we trying to decide where do we go? Do we stay up here? Do we go to Coffs? Do we go to Sydney? And I'm glad that we drove down to Sydney and we kind of had a nice week there, but we ended up just kind of, it's, you expect to go play tournament and you prepare for that and you prepare to do, tournament rounds and have planned rest, and then it all just gets shaken up. And then the next week, obviously, the practice round, like everyone's in the same conditions, but it's weird, mentally to wrap yourself around, okay, I'm going to play a golf tournament and I've barely hit a golf ball to a green, you know? So I think definitely it went a bit different to how I was expecting, but I love, like, Australia's amazing. So we was a nice place to be to kind of be able to do stuff. And the golf courses we did go to were amazing as well. And then obviously the last event going luckily smoothly without any delays, really, was nice.
Yeah, fantastic. And as you said, you're going to be kind of a bit more picky with your events this year. And after Riyadh, you have that luxury behind you. So looking ahead to the rest of the year, how is kind of your schedule looking? And are there any events in particular that you're really excited for?
I'm definitely looking forward to going back to Korea again. I did like that last year. I think it's a really cool place. And then I think I'm going to bring my mum along to a couple of them as well. So she's going to come to the Dutch and Jabra with me. And what's really cool about the Dutch and Belgium is it's not that far of a drive. So we're just going to drive over. So I'm going to make her drive along with me. Um, so I'm looking forward to those ones. And then I think I'm going to miss one or two of them during that middle stretch. I'm not quite sure which one exactly, but definitely playing Korea, the Dutch and Jabra, and my mum will be joining me.
Yeah, your biggest fan, your mum. I
Yes.
think any time that you're featured on the LET socials, we know who's going to be the first reposter, the first like. It's always
Yeah.
your mum, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
Or
So how is
or
that? I mean,
she's
you're
100%.
straight on there.
straight on there, yeah. But we know you've had your sister out on the bag caddying as well, who's a big golfer. But just in general, how is it having a family that's A, so supportive, and B, so keen to get out and caddy, whether that's caddying for you or following you the other side of the ropes? Just how nice is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm really lucky because my whole family's really close, and I think it made it like extra special when I did well in Saudi, and I kind of I called my family and they're sitting there like, "Oh my God, we were so stressed out watching you on TV." But I think kind of like it kind of made me, because I finished and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. I've just come third," you know. And then when I called them, it kind of was like another like, "Oh my God, actually did really good," and it was like a moment where it was like an extra bit of congratulations kind of, and it felt like a little bit more worth it than when I was just doing it for myself, because I know that I'm doing it for them as well. But like it just makes the week a bit like more exciting and more enjoyable when I get to do cool experiences with my family. And like I said, because we're all really close, like when I went last year to Spain with my sister, we just had a really fun week together, and then like the weeks go by so quickly as well when they come with, because we go do stuff in the evenings, and then like I'll chat to my mum for 5 minutes and then I realize it's 2 hours and we're like, oh, we should probably go to bed now. So I think it just kind of makes the weeks more enjoyable as well.
Yeah, they're looking at your schedule probably more than you are.
Yes.
Just coming into that place. Good stuff. Well, we won't leave you much longer, Annabelle. Just touch on this week again. So you've been out today, practice round in Cape Town. I know you played
hmm
last year. You did well here last year, if I remember correctly, or you had a couple low rounds, right? So
Yeah.
how is it being back? How's the course, and how are your expectations for the week?
I mean, I love the course. Like, even kind of the views aside, like the course itself is really nice. Like, it's challenging, but it also gives you opportunities. And then when you add the views and the kind of setup in the, obviously when the weather's good, like it looks unbelievable. So I think that's always special when you play a golf course where you're just kind of in awe of the environment the whole time. But yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm swinging it better than I was the last couple of weeks. Kind of got my flow back a little bit, so hopefully a similar result to last year and then a little bit better.
Yeah, nice. And you're off tomorrow afternoon, so a bit of rest this
hmm
afternoon, and then I mean, what do you like afternoon tea time? Are you someone that gets to the club early, or are you straight in the gym? And then how do you prepare for afternoon round, first round? Talk us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I might go for a little run tomorrow morning.
Okay.
There's no gym kind of close by, so that's probably my better option. And it's not too late in the afternoon, so it's not like I'm going to be waiting around all day, but kind of get there, maybe have a brunchy kind of lunch, get there, warm up, and then ready to go.
Yep. And teeing up with Cara Gaynor, one of your
Yes. As
compatriots,
soon
one
as
of
I saw that, I
your
texted her saying like, "Oh, best group ever."
yeah.
Um, so yeah, we live pretty close together back home as well. Um, So it's quite nice kind of having playing with her as well, because I mean I kind of look up to her as well, how she organizes herself, and she's really like works hard and does everything in like the most logical way, which I really aspire to do. So it's nice playing with her as well.
Yeah, I bet. And Leanne Pace as well. So you got a South African legend in your group, so it'd probably be a good crowd. So
Be a
we'll
few people
Yes.
watching.
few people watching. We'll be
hmm
everything and watching on the TV. So yeah,
Yeah, definitely a
best
special
luck
round tomorrow.
uh, for
Thank
that,
you.
Annabelle. And yeah, we'll let you go because I know you got a bit of prep to do. We've kept you probably too long, Annabelle. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the beautiful sunshine over there now that we've hopefully seen the last of the rain, right?
Yeah,
Guess we have.
fingers crossed it stays
Good.
sunny.
Forwards. Who's not had a good run of it recently, but it looks nice. So best of luck this week. Congrats again on an awesome start to the season, on your Hyrox adventures, and good luck with the race in London. So I was just saying if you get down there, we'll definitely try and cover it. Be something would
Okay,
be
that'd be awesome.
so no pressure, but yeah, it'd be really nice. So
And then I'll be expecting you to join me for a CrossFit workout too.
yeah, I don't know about that one. Maybe I'll stick to the running for now, and then you can convince me.
Okay.
Awesome. Right. Thanks again, Annabell, and I'll see you in Korea, and
I'll see you in
down the
Jabba.
line. Yeah.
Yes, sound good. Bye, guys.
Awesome. Bye.
Bye.